Hi everybody, my name is Scott Walls. I am the Source to Settle and OBN expert here at Panameer. For over 25 years, I've deployed ERP applications for some of the world's largest organizations. You are watching a contract management overview video. In this video, I provide an overview of how to standardize contracts in Oracle Cloud. This functionality occurs within Oracle Cloud's contract management functional area. Click the link above to watch a quick video explaining the contract management functional area. I'll use the following slides to explain the contract standardization methods: what and how to standardize, contract types, contract statuses and transitions, and related contracts. But best of all, I'm going to do this in less than 5 minutes. So let's get started. Slide 1, what and how to standardize. So when you want to standardize contracts, you do so using contract types. When you want to standardize the contract authoring process, you do so using statuses and transitions. And when you want to standardize contract relationships, you do so using the related contracts functionality. Slide 2. Now we'll take a look at using contract types. This is my generic approach to standardizing contracts by types. All contracts must have a type, and I start with these three. First, what we call NFCs, or non-financial contracts. These are contracts not relating to buyers and suppliers. So it could be a right-of-way, it could be some other related contract that procurement or someone using procurement's application is going to use to author a contract. Second, pre-purchase contracts. These are cross-purchase buyer-supplier contracts. They are most commonly known as a master services contract, master goods. They're usually perpetual, which means they go on and on. Now, in fact, they may be renegotiated every 2 years or so, but they are actually perpetual. And then lastly, we have purchase contracts. These are purchase-specific buyer-supplier contracts. So if you have an SOW, that's a purchase contract. That SOW may belong to an MSA, a master service contract. And both of those might be related to a particular non-disclosure agreement, which is a non-financial contract. So that gives you an example. Slide 3, using contract statuses. This slide shows my generic approach to standardizing contracts by status. Remember, contract statuses allow you to set up different statuses and pass the authoring process through predetermined internal parties and steps. Let's walk through a contracting process so you can understand. Here we see on the top the sourcing services. If we're going right to left, we can see that after we do negotiations or sourcing, we're going to author a contract. Right next to that on the left, you can see we're going to walk through the draft to active substatuses within the contract authoring process. So here's our buyers. Once they're done with the sourcing event, they're going to author a contract, give it to the suppliers to redline, come to an agreement. Then the contract admin is going to go through a custom step in my organization to review the contract and determine whether to invite legal in. Then, given this or that clause, they invite the contract into legal, or what's called internal review, and you can see legal, risk, and the requester all sit and discuss this contract for approval. And then finally, it's sent out for signature. So now I can use contracts and statuses to put in 2 custom steps, if you will, for my organization that will allow us to make those steps part of the process. And what's really good about that is not only are they sequential in the process, but I can use contract workload reporting to see where a given contract admin's contracts are in this process. I can help manage their workload. Slide 4, using related contracts to standardize contracts. So here I'm going to give you my generic approach to standardizing contracts by type. And you can really see it right on this contracts page. So when I create my SOW, which is my purchase contract, I'm going to relate it back to an MSA, which is my pre-purchase contract, because my MSA governs all of the purchase-specific SOWs for that supplier. And you can see that here in the graphic. Pro tip, if you're considering a contract conversion, make sure to start this conversation at the beginning of your implementation. Topics like contract linkage, right, so you can see them all being linked here, PDFs, or whether those PDFs are going to be imported, and whether the contract or the PDF are searchable, as well as the parties like the old supplier parties or internal parties that may or may not be in your new world, they all may need special consideration, and that's a very important conversation early on, particularly to determine if you want something called inheritance. Okay, so this is the end of this video presentation, but hopefully it's just the beginning of your Panameer journey. Did you know that there are thousands of free videos just like this on Panameer.com and hundreds more on Panameer's YouTube channel? In fact, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Remember, better content, better skills, better income, better life. Panameer wants to help you get 1% better every day. Thank you for watching and have a great day.